Awesome. I'm glad to be back here at Jerry's again. I haven't been here in a minute. Saw that you all have been here. I interviewed Losses earlier. Saw his name on a brick. Saw your name on a brick. I'm like, okay, this is not you guys' first time. We're excited to catch you. I know you're all out from LA. This is kind of a halfway point for us, coming in between here. You all are celebrating your EP release, so we're excited to catch that. I want to talk a little bit about that. I went and listened to it, and to my ears, I got excited because I heard a lot of what was early influences for me. Back in the '90s, listening to My Life with a Thrill, Kill Cult, the Crow soundtrack. All this Ministry, all these harder industrial bands that were basically taking punk and making it electric and just kind of hit a little harder in a different way. So I don't know if any of that's on your radar or influenced you, but it did make me curious as to what was the motivations and potential influences behind this release.
Well, I think Ministry is a big one.
Big
Ministry
one, yeah.
and Nine Inch Nails are kind of the most.
Yeah.
I think the most obvious sort of influential or formative sort of influences, and then from there,
some Prodigy.
Prodigy is a big one.
Yeah.
Big Black is another one.
I bet early Prodigy too, because early Prodigy was even more wild, even more
pretty,
punk,
pretty
and kind of angry.
early techno is kind of
all the way up to Fataland.
big beat stuff.
Chrome, especially in terms of guitar sound.
Oh, nice.
Just trying to get the guitar to sound as fucked up and otherworldly as possible, and metallic.
What's the sort of end goal as far as the overall production aesthetic? Because I like that it's not super clean. It's not super modern and huge. It sounds like something I would have heard. I was the albums. I was my favorite EBM and industrial albums and early punk albums. It reminds me so much of that, and I'm like this. That has to be an intentional choice. Almost everybody goes for super transparent, heavily compressed. You guys clearly had you clearly saw what you were heading towards. So is that intentional? Is that a conscious decision? Or is that just kind of what you guys sound like?
I think it's more unconscious in the sense that this project really is making the music that I would want to listen to.
Awesome.
So I guess the way it sounds production-wise is also going to mirror that, because those are a lot of the types of, the types of recordings that we listen to, Front 242,
nice.
All that sort of that era EBM,
80s hardcore too, the gang vocals and stuff like that. Yeah.
So big drums, but not everything caked in reverb, a bit of rawness and dryness. So
pretty accurate, I would say.
I usually won't ask about how a band came up with their name. I always feel I try to avoid the super obvious, easy questions that other people typically ask, but with a name like Neocons in a scene like this, I just feel that's such a provocative name to give yourself. So I felt like there had to be a story behind that. So I was how'd you guys come up with the name? Who came up with the name?
I came up with the name. I came up with it years ago. We used to play in an older band, and I just had the idea of a project called Neocons, all caps. And with a just deliberately sort of abrasive aesthetic and approach and everything, and I'm sure it is provocative. It doesn't even faze me, but also if you're not being provocative and you're playing,
what are you even doing, right?
Then what's the fucking
Why'd you even
point?
show up?
We don't need to cosplay as
this isn't
hardcore.
pop music,
Yeah.
No, I love it. That's awesome.
Pretty much it.
And so that leads into the next question: the balaclavas. What inspired the hooded look?
I think it's a byproduct of the name. Kind of the
Yeah.
neocon thing is about warmongering and
So
if you're gonna name your band that, might as well fully lean in and kind of play up the war aspect and kind of the political trappings of that.
Yeah, it was I wanted the whole project to be sort of singular and not have as little to do with us as possible and take personality out of it. That's not what that's not what it's about at all. It's not
really
about me or him.
Yeah.
So it's more that aspect of anonymity. I mean, it's, you know, at least live, it adds something.
Yeah, it definitely adds to the mystique.
It's the intention is more of the overall sort of like aesthetic of it, and the, you know. So.
You know, it's just interesting. I've been doing, this is my 4th year of doing interviews. I don't think I've ever heard an artist say, well, I wanted to remove myself from the equation. You know, like this is not about my personal feelings or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's such an interesting answer. I don't think I've ever heard an artist mention that specific approach. We're all so self-absorbed, myself included. You know, my art is me, you know, expressing myself in very, maybe trying to do it in symbolic ways. But at the end of the day, it is about my crap that I'm unloading on everybody. You know what I mean? So that's a really cool answer, man. Awesome. So there is one last question. I'm asking everybody this year. I've never done that, but this year, I would like to ask you why you feel it's important for all of us to continue to participate in art. You know, whether it's the person up on stage or the booking agent or, you know, the person shooting photos or whatever. Why do you feel like it's important for us to keep doing this?
Do you want to start this one?
Sure, I'll take a stab.
Yeah, that's a big question. There's no wrong answer, so.
I mean, I think part of it is kind of like, you know, feeling alive, and there's this kind of performative thing. And then I think another part of it's, you know, everybody has something to say about what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody has, you know, a life story to tell. So I think that form of self-expression is kind of important to people. I wouldn't say it's necessarily important to us.
Okay.
I think that we kind of are more about big ideas, systems of government, systems of society, and we're kind of critiquing or commenting on that. But that's my kind of view of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would, I forgot what I was gonna say. No, it's gone. I was gonna add. Okay, so like this industry it's you know, it's barely exists anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like doing, especially music, and like making any sort of career or lifestyle out of it. So it's almost kind of liberating in that sense, because there's just like no money behind anything anymore. We don't feel like, you know, growing up playing in bands, you always had that little part in the back of your mind about like, oh, but what if?
Yes.
You know, what if we break through? Like, I don't know, like we get covered in pitchfork or this or that. And like, but like, it's almost because it's such a wasteland, and, you know, like just there's just no industry in it anymore. Yeah. It's freeing too. It is. It's just like, well, now you can just make of it what you want, you know, like, so like whatever you want to do with it, like there's no burden of expectation or anything.
You're not beholden to any sort of like record label or expectation to like make commercial music for the masses. Like we can kind of be as abrasive as we want to be. Like there's no repercussions. There's no like, we're not going to lose our house. We're not like, our lives don't depend on our music.
Yeah. So we're just like, you know, playing in the sandbox here. And yeah, it's like, what else are you going to do? It's like, you know, we just do it because we don't know what else to do. Yeah. But
yeah, Neocons is about screaming into the void.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love that. Yeah, that's a perfect expression. That's a good summary of the entire band. I love that. Awesome, man. No, that's a great answer. No, and I'm 100% with you on that. I had that same realization. You know, at this point, it ain't gonna happen. So, but yeah, ripping away that illusion is like so liberating, because, well, then why are you doing it? Why do you keep showing up? And it's like, well, for us, for myself, for us, I want cool shit for my friends to watch and listen to, and, you know, I want cool little zines for us to, you know, who cares? The rest of the world doesn't know. You know, I want us to have a cool ass scene and have cool ass spots and good nights to go out, and yeah, especially with all the crazy bullshit going on in the world. Like, fuck, man, let's just go out and dance and have some fucking fun. And, you know, yeah, man. So awesome. Good answer. All right. Last question is, where can people find you on? What are you most active on? Is it like Instagram, or where can people find you on?
Yeah, we got Instagram at Neocons, and then we're on Spotify, Bandcamp.
Okay. Love Bandcamp. By the way. Yes. Yeah.
The album's on there today, and that's about it as far as socials. I mean, no Twitter, I don't know what the fuck. No,
keep it minimal. We don't care.
We're not doing TikTok bullshit.
We're too old for that shit.
I mean, I don't like posting reels even. I'm always kind of like, you know, when I do it, but whatever. But that's about it. And then it's just shows.
Yeah, man, we all choose how much we want to participate in the game, man. You know, we're all beholden to the algorithm in some sense or other. So, but this has been fucking cool. Glad we got to talk. This was super last minute, and I'm glad you guys said yes, man. Definitely cool talking to you. I cannot wait to catch you guys up there and see that noisy, abrasive punk rock, angry shit. Man, I'm ready for it. So awesome, man. I'll include your Instagram in the show notes so people can find it real easy, and hopefully get some more people listening to this stuff, man. It's awesome music, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.